Hi.
Hi, Conrad and Kathy DeMattias here. We are coming to you from our home in Newark, Delaware. We are talking to you today about our honesty soap, which is the throat chakra. So this particular soap right here, let me see if you guys can see it. This is, see the stone right there? So you can see how deep, actually, like in this particular soap, you can see how deep. So these are good sized stones. These are really good sized stones that we put into our soaps. The throat soap, when it came to building the throat chakra soap, it was literally the absolute hardest one for me to build. It was so incredibly difficult when I was building this particular product, because I was having an extremely difficult time conveying to the world who I was. Mostly because I was very afraid about the world judging me. And that is one of the things, that we've been having this hard time is,
Right.
is when you try to tell somebody what it is that, what your goals are, or what your dreams or your desires are, many times people, what are the kind of things that, we're here, why would you do that?
Right.
Or, people just seem to have a lot of
Negativity about what you want to do.
About what you want to do. And, over the course of our lives, we've had a lot of people always questioning us when we would say what it was that we wanted to do, as if we did not have enough intelligence to decide what we wanted to do with our future.
Right.
I mean, I find that mind-boggling that, that so many people think that they have the right to try to tell us or to try to tell you what you should do with your life. We were all given a life, and we all have, the right to pursue happiness in our life. And speaking your truth to the world, it's
hard.
It's hard. It's hard when there are so many people who are doggy downing you for your truth. So when it came to building this soap, it was literally the most difficult one for me to do. It took me literally weeks and weeks and weeks to make this blend. It was excruciating. And I had to do a lot of extra work with a lot of extra healers to get to where this soap, to get this where I wanted this. And so we're one of the things Conrad and I have been wanting to do this whole entire time that we've been talking about is working together. And that, has met us, with some specific challenges, and rightfully so, because we needed to figure out exactly how we were going to do this and what we were going to do.
Right.
And our intention all along is to help couples. However, the truth is we attract a lot of singles, and that's just the truth. And one of the things that we almost always attract is a couple where one of the couples wants to work on their marriage and the other one does not.
Yeah.
And,
It's a shame.
It is a shame, but it is what it is. So, and the other thing that we kept having is a lot of, in the beginning, I actually remember one person literally slamming me for saying, how dare I work with couples and leave them out? And
As a single.
and that was a single person. And, I was taken aback from it because I was like, because I want to work with couples. So that, I think, was probably in like April or something like that when that happened. But over this time, we keep attracting more singles, and we keep attracting more singles. And, we just agreed to the new website being built. We haven't announced the name yet because we want to make sure that the domain gets secured before we announce the new name change.
Right.
But basically, we've already secured the domain name for My Journey to the Center of Love.
Right.
So those classes are actually now all being formulated, and they're all the curriculum and all the wordage for everything is actually being sent over now to for the website to be built. And we have listened to you. We have added individuals. So, which we're calling singles. We need to call singles. I wrote everything as individuals, but I'm realizing that the word that I probably need to use is singles. That would probably be the key word here is singles. People who are not in a committed relationship, who want to learn the procedure that we set up with.
So when they meet the right person, they can share this with them.
They can share this with them. And wouldn't it be nice? I mean, this is a 1-year journey.
Yep.
So there are 9 sessions that we have put in our journey, and that every 6 weeks there is a new retreat, to go with it. And the intention behind that is that over those nine lessons, every 6 weeks, when a new lesson comes out, which is for couples, for individuals, it's still the 9 lessons, but it's from an individual
point of view.
So, with looking at that as well, that's, the same thing as, every 6 weeks,
right,
there would be another class for you to attend. So we're building these programs now. We did hear you. We heard you. So you guys spoke your truth.
Yep.
And we listened, and we put together a program specifically for singles. So high five, high five. So that we look forward to. We are looking at some weekend retreats that are going to be in between. We're looking at Newport, Rhode Island, which is one of our favorite places to go.
Yes.
And we are looking at the other location is that we were looking at was Williamsburg, Virginia. So those are the 2 locations that we're trying to span back and forth in. Our couples classes are limited to 20 couples, and our singles classes are limited to 40 singles. So these classes, you will be seeing these coming up on the new website, once that new website is launched, which I think it's a fair bet to say it's going to be done before Thanksgiving, or at least sometime around Thanksgiving that website is going to be done. So So this morning, this is what, we were talking about this morning was, Conrad and I speaking what we wanted, what we wanted to do. And the bottom line is what we wanted to do was to teach couples to have a better foundation. And really, honestly, what better way to teach somebody a foundation than to teach it to them before they have entered into a relationship?
Yeah, and before the trouble starts.
Right, and before, because, in the beginning of that's what, you're on the honeymoon,
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually teaching you something before the spark flies.
Right.
So this 9-week, it's 9 sessions, but every 6 weeks, you will be, these retreats that we're putting at, these weekend retreats that we're looking to put together for the singles, I think has a lot of promise there. I believe that there is a lot of promise, because that whole intention is to begin the journey of self-healing.
Right.
And with each, there's going to be an opportunity we've built in, so that we're hoping to have 9 different opportunities in these sessions that you're going to be able to interact with other people who are searching for their own happiness and searching for internal healing. And you just happen to be in a room with 40 other singles. Right. So, over a weekend where you have the opportunity to get to know somebody while you are healing. Mm-hmm. And then you have 6 weeks while you're working with the products that are included in the lessons that you have to do the work at home on your own. And then we'll be meeting back again, another 6-week weekend excursion.
Right. New lesson.
and we're going to go on from there and from there. So some very big, exciting things have been happening here. A lot of work is happening underneath the surface of everything. The book, My Journey to the Center of Love, is scheduled to come out on December the 15th. And we will be here. The open house is going to be here at our home at 20 Green Ridge Road, Newark, Delaware, 19711 from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. that day. Right. And then we've got, we have our first book tour up at Misha Books up off of 202.
Right.
And that's from 3 to 6 p.m.
Saturday.
On that Saturday. Day. So, and we're still in negotiation with a couple of other places, seeing, where we're going to be able to line up. So we've got some exciting things happening. So our throat soap is working. It's working. It's doing very, very well. So Conrad, one of the things that we wanted to talk about is, because you said in one of the videos that I do most of the talking. So when it comes to speaking your truth, how would you, when it comes to why do you think, what do you, in between the couples class and the individuals class, from a man's point of view, why do you think why would a man come to this? What would be the point for a man to come and to take these classes with us?
So he can have a better relationship with his girlfriend or wife, or possibly to find somebody that's... Or
if it's a boy and they have a relationship with a boy. So it's not necessarily...
Yeah, if it's just couples.
Right.
So that, you can fall in love and stay in love with your partner. It's really beneficial that the man and the woman are on the same page as far as the relationship, because if not, you're going to have problems. So you got to be able to listen to your partner if, something's going wrong with them, how to be able to handle them, and not to be, oh, well, you're just an idiot for being upset or crying for whatever reason. You can't be like that. You have to be, tender with them. And, you can't sit in front of the TV and watch football or racing all day long and not tend to your partner. I mean, yeah, you can set aside some time to watch TV or something. And there's nothing wrong with watching the romance movies, because they're actually pretty good. So, spend some time with your partner, and not just sitting in front of a TV and, help her in the kitchen. If she's a good cook or if he's a good cook, help out in the kitchen. Set the table.
Or if both women are good cooks, or if both men are good cooks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Help each other out in the kitchen, and, do what you can, and, set the table and clean up and, load up the dishwasher or wash by hand, whatever. Doing that stuff together, it makes the rough times better, because you two can communicate. You'll be able to talk to each other and not have to worry about, oh, is he going to be mad at me or something. It's so much easier if you're kind of joined at the hip, so to speak, because you're helping each other out.
So the lessons that we did, because most people don't need to be told, wash dishes, and things like that. The lessons, though, that we built, but I love your point of washing dishes, because that's helpful. So I wasn't trying to, disregard that.
Right.
The lessons that we were teaching, where you were talking about the tenderness,
right,
and the whole point to
everybody needs healing. Both people in a relationship both need healing, because you're not going to have one person perfect and the other person, down at a level 1 and the other person's a level 10. No,
right, you're going
to be in different stages. You might be a 2 and he might be a 3, or vice versa, or whatever.
But realistically, you're not going to be attracting. So
right.
If someone's at a 2, if one person their evolution is at a 2 and another person's evolution is at a 10, more than likely those two aren't going to be connecting.
Right.
It's if you're both at a 2, then you're going to connect. If you're both at a 5, then you're going to connect. But if you're both at 5 and one starts to evolve and they're up at 8 or 9 and the other person is still at 5 because they don't want to evolve anymore,
it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. That's
it
where,
really
this big, that's where the gap.
You both have to evolve together. And in the relationship, both of you have to do it.
So the individual class is really about self-evolution.
Right.
And that you're going to be meeting people who are wanting to evolve.
Right.
So realistically, you're going to be meeting people that are going to be vibrating at the frequency that you're vibrating at, because you're taking classes that are learning how to heal and
Right.
learning how to give and learning how to receive. You know, massage therapists are really good at giving massages. Usually we're not really good at receiving them because we're in giving mode.
Right.
And this class is about balancing that out, because it you know, I think it's a fair bet to say that when you and I met, you know, I gave in the massage direction, you
Right.
gave in other directions. So we had a balance, but you weren't necessarily giving me massage.
Right.
So we wind up getting that balanced out, where you and I started giving massages, but then we also started balancing out our other life, where you and I started doing massage, you know, housework together and
Yep.
doing other things together. So, you know, it took a while before we finally got that balance, you know, that scale all balanced, but we did get it done.
Right.
So that was one of the things that we managed to master pretty much early on. Like we pretty
Right.
much mastered that one really, the sharing of responsibility and stuff like that. So that's been something, we've been married, 14 and a half years. So that was
Yep.
something we've done many years ago. And we've worked on cultivating that. And that, I think, is what has kept, you know, our marriage as strong as what it was, because, you know, we've had any couple, you know, a couple is going to face, you know, dips in income, which puts an incredible amount of stress on a couple, you know, like to
Right.
have the dip in income, or, sometimes, you know, a couple can face the loss of a child in a relationship, which can, like, literally, you know, dismantle
Or
a
a
couple,
parent.
or the loss of a parent, which can put a lot of stress on a relationship. And Conrad and I talk a lot about the glue, you know, that's put together, the
Right.
glue that is in a relationship that keeps a relationship together. And that's pretty much what we've built, you know, our whole curriculum on, and everything that we wanted to do, we built on, you know, building a much stronger foundation for couples to stand on.
Right.
So, Con, where can everybody go to check out our videos? And
We're on YouTube, and we're also on My Journey to the Center of Love on Facebook. So if you want to click that little like group there or page, you can.
share it if
Share it.
possible.
Share the video on YouTube. Click like, leave a comment down below. Click subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And hit the little bell notification so you get future video updates.
Yay, yay, woohoo, woohoo. Well, thank you very much, everybody. We want to thank you for tuning in today. Again, this is the heart soap.
Throat.
So for the throat soap, I'm sorry, yes, the throat soap. So this particular blend is actually a blend. There's chamomile in here, bergamot, and lavender. No, I
Right.
was going to show you something bigger, but that's what this little guy is right here. And I think this is where we're ready to send this on off. We've got some we've got 2 more chakra soaps to go over, which we'll be doing later in this week. And then I think it's time to show you guys a body scrub. So, woohoo! So we've got some awesome videos getting ready to be, you know, coming up pretty soon. And more things to be talking about when it comes to My Journey to the Center of Love, which was authored by me. I did write that book, and it was about dealing with the truths of who I am.
Right.
And I think it's a good thing to deal
Right.
with the truth as to who you are. Like, you got to come out of the closet sometime.
Yeah.
So,
And you have to deal with whatever pain or something from your past. Because if you keep the door shut, it's only going to make it worse. Open the door and deal with the issue, and things will be a lot better.
Thanks, honey.
Yep.
Good job. Good
All right.
job. Mwah.
All right.
So you guys have a great day, have a great afternoon, and you
Bye.
guys take care. Bye.
See ya.